Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, was once a prodigy, Harvard at 16, a mind full of promise. But how does a boy genius become a phantom who terrorizes a nation? The FBI called him the Unabomber, UN for university, A for airline, because that's where his bombs first struck. For years, he was a shadow, leaving behind only destruction and meticulously crafted wooden boxes. Each bomb was handmade, each detail precise, no fingerprints, no DNA, nothing to trace. For 17 years, he played a deadly game of cat and mouse, sending 16 bombs, injuring 23, killing 3. His target seemed random: a computer store owner, a timber lobbyist, connected only by the cold intelligence behind the attacks. He was a patient hunter, invisible in plain sight, a ghost in the American machine. Fear spread. People eyed their mail with suspicion. The Unabomber became a faceless villain in a hoodie and sunglasses. That famous police sketch? Just another misdirection, based on a likely false sighting. He was always one step ahead, hiding not in a city, but somewhere wild. The nation was haunted by a genius-turned-ghost, and no one knew where he'd strike next. The Unabomber's legend grew, fueled by mystery and terror. For years, all the authorities had was a name for a ghost. He melted into the landscape, leaving only chaos behind. The hunt for the Unabomber had just begun. Where does a ghost hide? Ted Kaczynski vanished into the Montana wilderness, living in a 10 by 12-foot cabin. No electricity, no running water. He became a hermit, hunting, reading by candlelight, plotting his war against society. His isolation was his shield. No one would suspect a recluse in the woods. The FBI searched for a disgruntled academic or mechanic, never imagining their suspect lived off the grid. Kaczynski was self-sufficient, vanishing for months, perfecting his deadly craft in solitude. He traveled by bus to mail bombs from distant cities, leaving investigators chasing shadows. He planted false clues, used scrap materials, and included fake notes, building a maze only he could navigate. In Lincoln, Montana, locals knew him as the quiet man from the woods, never suspecting his true identity. He hid in plain sight, protected by the vastness of the wilderness and the assumptions of everyone he met. The woods kept his secrets, and the Unabomber remained invisible. For years, his cabin was the perfect hiding place. The FBI was always searching in the wrong places. The ghost thrived in silence. The FBI's Unabomber investigation became the longest and most expensive in its history. They had thousands of leads, but the Unabomber was always a step ahead. He left no fingerprints, used common materials, and sanded every surface, leaving almost nothing behind. The bombs themselves were the only clues, revealing a skilled, meticulous craftsman. The infamous police sketch? Based on a faulty memory, it sent the investigation down the wrong path for years. The attacks were random, scattered across the country, with years between some bombings. The FBI interviewed over 1,000 people, chasing dead ends and false leads. They built profiles but couldn't find their suspect. The Unabomber was a ghost, always just out of reach. The randomness of his attacks made connecting the dots nearly impossible. The investigation was a maddening chase, with the nation's top law enforcement agency grasping at straws. For years, the Unabomber stayed hidden, his identity a mystery. The case seemed unsolvable, until everything changed. The turning point came not from the FBI, but from Ted's brother, David Kaczynski. In 1995, the Unabomber sent a 35,000-word manifesto to the press, demanding publication in exchange for ending the bombings. The FBI gambled and published it, hoping someone would recognize the writing. David's wife, Linda, noticed the manifesto's ideas matched Ted's old letters. David read it and recognized his brother's words, style, and obsessions. Faced with an agonizing choice, David contacted the FBI, providing Ted's letters for comparison. Linguistic analysis confirmed the match. The Unabomber was Ted Kaczynski. The ghost finally had a name. The FBI now had their suspect, thanks to a brother's courage. The case broke open not with forensics, but with family. The manifesto, meant to spread his message, became his undoing. David's decision ended the reign of terror. The Unabomber's identity was revealed at last. The nation's phantom was no longer invisible. The end was near. With a name and location, the FBI closed in on Kaczynski's Montana cabin. They planned carefully, wary of traps. On April 3, 1996, agents approached quietly, luring Ted outside with a ruse. He was arrested without resistance. The Unabomber's reign ended in silence. Inside the cabin, agents found a completed bomb, materials, and thousands of pages of journals. Kaczynski had documented every attack, motive, and method, a complete confession. He pleaded guilty to avoid the death penalty, sentenced to life without parole. The boy genius who became a monster was finally stopped. His story is a chilling reminder. Brilliance can turn dark, and danger can hide in the most unexpected places. The Unabomber's legacy is a lesson in vigilance and the complexity of human nature. If you found this story fascinating, subscribe for more tales from the dark side of history. There are more stories like this to uncover. Thanks for watching, stay curious and stay safe, and